those people who, especially those who live in cities, who don't have much contact with animals in the wild, and that's the majority of people in the world, that to see animals in a zoo situation can be a positive thing, and it makes them more interested in other species, not just their own species. But I think that there are a lot of people who don't like the idea of animals in zoos whose welfare is very poor. So most people don't want to go to a zoo and see an animal which is showing extreme abnormal behaviour like stereotypies, repeated movements over and over again. Nobody really wants to see that, especially if they understand that it's an indicator of very poor welfare in that animal. So we shouldn't keep animals in zoos unless you can keep them in such a way that their needs are met very well indeed. And that means quite a lot of animals should not be kept in zoos. You should only keep the animals which do adapt very well to the zoo situation. But I think zoos do have an educational value, but it ought to be educating people by showing them animals which are well adapted and happy rather than animals which are suffering. Some of the animals which we keep as domestic animals do well in zoos, so there are some animals which eat plants and some animals which are predators which do well in zoos and others which don't. So we have most bears don't do well in zoos. No whales and dolphins, you've got to give them a very extensive area. You can't really have a conventional zoo with whales and dolphins with good welfare. Elephants don't do well in zoos and shouldn't be kept in zoos, partly because of the way they're trained, because they generally have to be trained as well, and elephants are trained in using extremely harsh methods throughout the world. So, and some small predatory animals have very great difficulty adapting to zoos, and some primates have a lot of difficulty. So we need to know for individual species which ones can adapt well. Basically, you need to provide for the needs of that kind of animal, and that means usually they need a lot more space than most zoos traditionally provide. So small cages are not suitable for most animals. They need more extensive situation, but of course the zoo wants to show the animals to people, so they don't want them to be hiding in the far distance. So there's a difficulty there. That's one of the reasons why some animals can't be kept in zoos, really. So, but provide for their needs is the basic thing, and know the biology of that animal. And very few animals have their needs met by being in a concrete cage with bars around it, a small concrete cage with bars around it.